Well, we're at the brink. Republican Congressman James Lankford of Oklahoma joining me right now. Congressman, if you had to handicap it, what do you think?
I think we are going to solve this, but I think we've got to get both parties actually talking the same language. Currently, we're talking about two completely different issues, and that's part of the problem.
So if the president says that Harry Reid's plan is the best plan, and that's the plan that would keep the government, increase the debt ceiling enough to keep the government running through the end of next year, and John Boehner is saying, I'm open to raising the debt ceiling enough to keep the government running through the end of this year, maybe the middle ground is doing it into the middle of next year. What do you say?
Sure, let's do it until September or something. But here's the issue. We're really dealing with two diametrically different opinions on it. The president said there are two different approaches, and he portrayed his as a balanced approach, and he's going to raise taxes and cut some spending, though we have no idea what that is. No one's seen what his plan is. He keeps talking about this $4 trillion deal that we have no idea. And then he says, but then Republicans want to cut it. It's as if he's only seen the first page of the cut, cap, and balance. We've got one group that's really talking about what do we have to do to get past August the 2nd. Let's do some cutting. Let's raise some taxes. Let's get past August 2nd. And another group saying, what do we do to solve the problem? This is not two groups and one's cutting more than the other and one's cutting more drastic. One's trying to solve it, a balanced budget amendment, caps spending for the next 10 years to say let's start working our way slowly down, and some cuts that are in spending, but trying to form a plan to get out of this rather than just get past August the 2nd. So that's really the difference.
But Congressman, do you think the president's playing you like a fiddle, hoping that you guys look obstinate, arguing as he has in the media, and by the way, many in the media jumping at this, that the Tea Parties or the more conservative elements within your party are holding the greater good hostage to some extremist views?
Right. Yes, I do. And I think he's throwing out, constantly trying to do the class warfare thing to say the Republicans are just trying to protect the top 2%. Don't you hate those rich people, too? Let's go get those guys that fly jets and that have oil wells, and let's all go just grab our pitchforks and go chase them down and take their money. Seems to be the impression of this whole class warfare thing. If it wasn't for those Republicans, we'd really stick it to the man and make sure we take it from those rich people. But in reality, that doesn't solve the problem. And you know what? It's a $1 trillion tax increase on a $10 trillion problem. And I wish he would actually just come out and say, we have a serious issue. Let's work together as a nation to be able to resolve this, rather than let's just stick it to the man and see if we'll all feel better at the end.
Or the woman in that case. But, you know, it's funny. The president did say, urge the nation tonight, his remarks, a call to action to contact Congress. Well, apparently he's got his wish, because we've just checked with Speaker Boehner and House Budget Committee Chief Paul Ryan's respective websites, and they've crashed. They've crashed. The server is simply too busy. So I don't know what that means, Congressman. Well, what does that mean, Congressman?
Well, I've had text messages coming into my phone ever since that speech came in as well. It was one after another, people saying, stick to your guns, don't give in. I agree with you, not with the president. And so if the president was looking to be able to rouse some people up to say, to go against and start raising tax on everybody and form this quote-unquote balanced approach, it has definitely backfired for my district, because I'm getting a lot of contacts from people saying, stick to your guns, we've got to solve this problem long term.
But does it bug you, Congressman, that the president, whether you like him or not, he does have the bully pulpit. He is trying to present your side as obstructionist and more the conservative elements, the Tea Party element within your party. The same is not said generally in the mainstream media of the more liberal elements within the Democratic Party, that they could be holding this hostage with more spending requests. But does that bother you?
No, I tell you what bothers me. It bothers me when the president steps out and says, we've never had a problem raising the debt ceiling in the past. We've done it all these times, and everything's been fine. I look at it and think we have $14.3 trillion in debt, and apparently he thinks that's fine. Let's just raise it to $17 trillion, and that's not a problem. To continue to come back to the American people and to say we've always raised the debt ceiling, this has never been an issue, we're at 100% of GDP, that's not a problem, let's just keep going, to me is delusional.
Well, it's always an issue, and in 2006 it was such an issue that all major Democrats voted against it at the time. Right. But that was then, this is now. But you're quite right, Congressman, that the two sides have at least played this before. But, sir, very good having you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.